Hey, all, in this video, we are going to talk about confidence intervals, but this time we're going to talk about confidence intervals for proportions. What's nice about the proportions is that there's only one type of interval. There is no T star for proportions. It's just Z star. So I have one example here to go over. The formula looks similar, except instead of X bar, we're talking about a P hat, a sample proportion. We're going to have Z star, and then our standard error is going to look different. It's going to be the square root of P hat times Q hat over N. And so in this problem, we have 323 students out of 1,404 that use student loans. That's going to be our P hat. And so 323 divided by 1,404 is going to be approximately 0.23. We're going to need Q hat. Q hat's always 1 minus P hat, if you remember. So we're going to do 1 minus 0.23, and we'll get 0.77. N is that number on the bottom of our fraction, our total sample size, 1,404. And then the last thing we'll need is Z star, which we're going to get from Desmos. We're going to tell Desmos we have a normal model or a normal distribution. Leave that parentheses empty, put a period. We're going to ask it for a horizontal axis number, and we're going to tell it the area that we know. We want to be 90% confident. That means 90% of the area in the middle of the curve. So we got to add 5% of that leftover area to it. If you struggle with that, please let me know, and I can clarify why we would put 0.95 instead of 0.90, because it's very important. And I'm going to go ahead and calculate that really quickly. You should do the same and make sure you get the same answer as me. So if you need to pause, do that, and then plug all that into Desmos, and you should get 1.64 approximately. So just like with the means, we're going to plug in everything we know. So I'm going to plug in 0.23 for P hat. I'm going to plug in 1.64 for Z star. And I'm going to plug these numbers in where I see them. So 0.23 times 0.77. Don't forget the square root. That's the thing people forget the most, and it's going to change your answer completely. And then, of course, we're going to go through and we're going to do two calculations to get our interval, just like we did with means. So I'm going to pause here again and spare you watching me do these calculations. You should do them on your own and make sure we get the same interval. So I rounded a bit. I got 0.21 and 0.25. If you went more decimal places, that's totally fine. You're more than welcome to do that. And then I'm going to type my interpretation, which is going to be very similar to what we did for means. I'm always going to say how confident I am. I am 90% confident. And we're going to make sure we say we're talking about proportions here instead of means this time, because we have proportions. Proportion of what? Proportion of students who use student loans to pay for college. And then I'm going to say what we're thinking it's between 21% and 25%. So we're 90% confident. We're not 100% sure, but a 90% confident estimate based on the information we have is that between 21 and 25% of students are using student loans to pay for their college. Make sure, as in all the previous videos, if you watch them, that you're doing the practice for these, you're checking your answers, you're asking me when you get stuck, you're asking me to clarify anything that might have been a little tricky, because I'm going kind of fast in these videos because there's a lot of them. Take your time on these, and good luck.